Big question is always, do I need a tax advisor to do my tax burdens? Yeah, this is a big question which every new client of us will think about before he contacts us or before we get the job. So I want to talk with you about this topic. So welcome back to another video here on GTax. My name is Roland Elias, and yeah, it's a very big question because the tax advisor doesn't work for free. So it's on the one thing, the question, do I need it? And on the other thing, does it pay off the money I pay him to do the job? So for example, when do we really need a tax advisor? This is the first thing. For example, if you're freelancing or self-employed and must handle VAT or complex deductions, then it might be very important, because most freelancers say, hey, yeah, I can do so much more in the time I work for myself or work for my own clients than doing the tax thing. Then it's mostly more better to get a tax advisor. This is also the thing because of VAT. If you're, for example, within the EU or with other countries like USA or, for example, China or something like this, then it might be a good thing to have a tax advisor, because international tax law is very, very complicated. The next thing is, when you have income from multiple sources, including abroad, then it might be a good thing, because it's not that difficult to do your tax return. But if you're multiple sources, including abroad from USA, for example, from China, or even within the EU, it might be a good thing to just have someone to check back on the things, that you don't make any mistakes. For example, if you're married and you're unsure about joint or separate filing, then this might also be a big thing, because then you can say, okay, let's check it. And for example, the first year we'll do the tax advisor, and the next years you can do it yourself. Another thing, we didn't talk about this on this channel in the last few weeks, is, for example, dealing with property, inheritance, or investment income. This is the thing that gets more and more important, because more and more people are, for example, inheriting money or businesses or something like this. This is not a thing you should say, okay, let's just do it. And myself, for example, there I need a so-called Steuerberater. The next thing is, what does a Steuerberater actually? There are some different things we are doing. For example, it's the tax returns, not only on income tax, it's on VAT, it's on inheritance, it's on even, I think it's about 100 taxes where you can pay in Germany. So it's a lot of things we have to do. But we prepare and submit your, for example, your income tax. You say, hey, I'm just have a little business I want to run, and I need a tax advisory. Then we can serve you. For example, the next thing is handles business registrations, bookkeeping, and VAT filing. That's the most common things we're doing, because we're mostly working with businesses. Then the next thing is, for example, tax planning. That's not tax declaration, it's tax planning. That means we're looking in the future and try to optimize your taxable tax situation. The next thing is, for example, advantages of hiring an advisor as an expert is, for example, it saves you time. That's the first thing. The first but most important thing is, what can I do with the time I pay a tax advisor to do my job? This is the most important time, because then it's already your own time, you save time. On the other thing, it avoids costly errors or missed deductions. For example, it's also a good thing to navigate through the German tax forms and other things that might come up to. For example, how do I find a tax advisor? It's very easy. You just can go into the info box below this video and check with us, or you search for English speaking Steuerberater, and then you might find an easy solution. But you can also use platforms, for example, Elster Online and some others, which might have a good option for you. So what do you want to know about the tax advisory? Just keep it up in the comments below. I wish you a very good day.